DJ and PK, the Utah Mammoth fell 2-0 in Tampa Bay on Monday night as their 9-game unbeaten streak comes to an end at the same time as their 5-game winning streak is also snapped by the other hottest team in the NHL. Tampa Bay Lightning now 15-1-1 in their last 17. Utah now 8-1-1 in their last 10. In a battle of the two top goaltenders in the NHL, Karel Vejmelka leading the league with 25 wins. Andrei Vasilevskiy now has 23 wins after turning aside all 28 shots that he saw from Utah. The analytics said Utah was expected to have over 4 goals in that game, but Tampa Bay blocked 20 shots, and Vasilevskiy was huge, stopping Dylan Guenther in the first period, forcing Guenther to miss the net, hit the pipe, forcing Carcone to pop it off his shoulder, trying to go over the top to get Utah on the board late in the second, and denying Clayton Keller on a breakaway in the third period. Utah had their chances, had some power plays, had some good looks, but Tampa able to pop in a couple power play goals in a game that didn't see any scoring until the final 3 minutes of the second, and then it was 1-0 until the final minute of the third when Tampa Bay scored a power play goal. So Utah will move on to Sunrise and take on the defending Stanley Cup champions tonight, as Game 3 of this 4-game road trip will take him into the matchup against the Panthers for the second time this year. We'll be on the air with Hockey Night in Utah at 4 here on 97.5 and 1280, the KSL Sports Zone. Puck drops at 5, and then at 7, when the Jazz pregame comes on with Jake at the coach Tim Lacombe, will be only on AM 1280 as Jazz and the Clippers get ready for their 8 p.m. face-off. So 97.5 and 1280 along with the KSL Sports app until 7, and then AM 1280 and the KSL Sports app after 7 to wrap up our coverage tonight from Florida. Utah still holding on to that first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, a 3-point lead over San Jose, who's in the second spot. So nothing lost there as the Mammoth fall to 27-21-4 on the season. Let's hear from Ian Cole and what the Utah defenseman thought after the game.
Can you just start with your initial thoughts on how your team played that game?
Yeah, I think that obviously disappointing that we lost, but overall I think that we were happy with our intention and our desperation in that game. So I think there's a lot of things that we can take from that were positive. Obviously fix some things, but move on to tomorrow against another great team.
It felt heavy. It looked like a dogfight. I think you guys knew what you were getting into with this team. Where do you guys feel like your team rose to the occasion when it came to some of that more hard-fought fight?
Yeah, it's they're a team that's been playing great hockey. They have great structure, but also highly skilled, and that's a similar style to how we want to play. We want to have great structure. We want to take away time and space. We want to be able to get in guys' way, get pucks back. They do the same thing. So it was a good game. Obviously, they're a good team. They capitalized on a couple chances. We did not capitalize on a couple of our chances, and that's the way it goes. But I think in terms of our mentality and our approach was another good step for us.
What were some of those details that allowed you guys to hold them to only 2 power play goals and no even strength goals?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're trying to take away time and space, trying to get over guys. We're trying to take away their options, and we know what they like to do, and we were able to kind of shut down a lot of that. Again, they're a good hockey team. They're highly skilled. They make a ton of great plays, so they got a lot of great players. It's going to be impossible to shut them down completely, but I think overall we did a pretty good job. And like I said, it's the margins are very thin in terms of what wins you a game or not. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way tonight. But I think if we do that, if we play a similar game, we'll win a lot of hockey games going forward.
What stood out about Vejmelka's game, especially when he was making some of those big saves?
Yeah, I mean, he played great. He played awesome for us. Not only did his play, but his puck touches were great too. He was getting out there, stopping pucks for us. It really helps us in the breakout, not having to go, all the way back and turn it up a little quicker. So yeah, I mean, enough can't be said for how he's played recently and how he's, kind of been our backbone here through this positive stretch.
There was a lot of penalties in the game, but that's what you get in kind of a mean contest against 2 teams who play an intense brand with lots of speed, who are playing good hockey. Tampa Bay had 4 power plays. Utah had 3. Penalties kind of came in bunches. Saw a fight in the game. There were a couple calls that went against Utah that looked like they were pretty soft, but nevertheless, the Lightning got them. They were able to convert on 2 power plays. Utah, who was 2 for 3 on the power play in their last 3 chances in the last 2 games, unable to convert on those looks. Let's hear what head coach Andre Tourigny said after the contest.
Well, I think we played a really good game, especially at 5-on-5. I think it's a team on the other side who's really stingy. They don't give anything. And if you look at the chance we create, the expected goal in about every phase, is really happy about our 5-on-5 play. And same defensively. It's a team who lead the league in about everything offensively. And we did a really good job. Unfortunately, too many timely penalties. Not just we got in the box, it's the timing of when we got in the box, and I think that cost us the game.
Ian Cole just talked about the mentality. I know you talk a lot about the right mentality going into games. What did you see in terms of that?
That was great. I think the guys were focused. They were urgent. They were. I'm happy about their focus in the game. I think, like I said, that team on the other side for the last 2 months, they dominated everybody, and we arrived here in their building, and we played a good game at 5-on-5, and I think I'm happy about what the guys did. I'm not happy about the result. Obviously, I would have loved to have a little bit more opportunistic offensively, but they're a good goalie.
I'm sure there's no update on terms of Jersey right now, but as far as his ability to kind of, I guess, instigate, but also use that emotion and channel it to add to the physicality, what can you say about him and his performance?
That's what we like about Durs. You know, he has that drive, that passion, that competitiveness, and that's good. And you need that at some point when push comes to shove. You need that energy.
In addition to his saves, what did you see out of Melka's game, calmness, and his ability to help on breakouts with puck touches?
Yeah, he did a good job. I think Veg did a good job. I think he kept us in the game, like I said, at 5-on-5. He did a good job. And on the power play, they didn't have a lot of grade A looks, but fortunately, that was a hell of a shot in the first goal. And at the end, we're forcing, obviously, with a minute left, and made a big mistake, and they put it in the back of the net. That's unfortunate, but it's not on Veg.
In terms of just the penalty kill, and I know you haven't watched the tape yet, but anything you would have liked to have seen different off first?
No, I think we did a really good job. Like I said, okay, the last PKs, we're trying to attack more than to defend. So, okay, they score. That will look like that on the score sheet, but in reality, that's just the situation in the game. There's a minute 30 in the game where we try to push. We want to win the game. What's the difference today? We're losing 1-0 or 2-0. Well, at the end of the day, we lost. So might as well try to win. So we try to win. We try to push, and puck end up in the back of the net. It is what it is. Thank you.
And, of course, we'll recap it all for you coming up on the Tuesday edition of Mammoth Daily. We'll get Mike's Morning After. We've got our Tuesday mailbag, and we'll preview tonight against Florida on Apple, Spotify, Utah Mammoth YouTube page, Mammoth Plus, SEG Plus, wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us on Mammoth Daily, Monday through Friday. New episode dropping every day at 4:45 a.m. with Mike Folta and myself.